Today we will be making samosa rolls or the samosa covers. We will be using 3 cups of all-purpose flour. That is my cup I'll be using to measure the flour. First you put 3 cups of flour on a bowl. Then you add 1 tablespoon of salt. Then you start adding water little by little as you mix so that we can make something like a dough. We will be adding little as little as little. Don't pour a lot of water because we are going to, the flour will be soggy. So we don't want our flour to be soggy. You just put a little by little as you mix so that you can make a nice dough. There we go. You mix until you make sure the dough is very soft. You see, our dough is very soft. You put it on our working surface. You roll it in a straight thing. Then you sprinkle flour. You sprinkle flour on the working surface because we will start cutting our dough into small balls as we put it there. We will make small balls from our dough, small, very, very small balls as we put it there. Make sure your balls are the same size, please. Make sure your balls are the same size. You see mine? My balls are the same size. I have 7 balls. So I'll start taking 1 ball at a time as I roll. We roll it. We make a nice circle. Not a big circle, but a very small circle. We make sure, or I will make sure I have rolled all the balls to make the same small circles. The circles should be the same. And you will see later why I'm saying the circles should be the same. When rolling your balls, make sure the circles are the same. After you are done rolling your balls into circles, you'll take one circle or one dough which you have rolled. You sprinkle oil. You make sure the whole circle has, the whole dough has oil. After smearing on oil, you make sure you sprinkle some flour so that when you add another dough, they doesn't stick together. That is my second dough. I've put it in there. Again, you repeat the same procedure by putting on oil. After putting on oil, you sprinkle flour. Don't put a lot of oil and don't put less oil. You just take 1 spoon of oil, you put it on your dough, then you sprinkle with flour. This will help your balls not to stick together when you start removing them. It will help you to make sure when you start removing the ball, the wraps, they doesn't stick together. You repeat the same procedure until you have the layers that you want. If you can manage to remove 10 layers, you can go ahead. If you can manage to remove 3 layers or whatever, 5 layers, 4 layers, it's okay for you. As long as you can manage to remove the layers nicely without destroying them. For me, 7 layers are okay. After that, you sprinkle flour on your working surface, then you start rolling. You start rolling everything so that you can make one big flat dough. You roll, you roll, you roll until you get what you want. Something flat, something light, not heavy, light, like that. You roll it nicely. Make sure your dough, you have rolled it into a big circle shaped. A big circle shape. You roll it nicely. Since this dough cannot fit on the pan, we will cut it into four same-sized pieces. 4 same-sized pieces. That's how I'm going to make sure my pieces are the same. So I'll fold it, then I'll cut in the middle first. You will cut it in the middle first. You see they are all the same. Then you fold one part. Then you cut it after folding. You cut in the middle. You fold the second part. You cut it. Now you preheat your pan for like 2 minutes. You preheat your pan for like 2 minutes. After preheating, you take one piece, you put it on the pan. You cook it for like 2 minutes. One side you cook for like 2 minutes. You turn it. You cook the other side for like 2 minutes again. You turn it because it is not yet ready to start removing the wraps. You know, when you cook it, the wraps will be, it will be easy for you to start removing the wraps. You turn it, they will start coming out by themselves. You see, that's how it look like. You put it aside, then we will start to remove. We put the second part on the pan as meanwhile, the first part is being cooked. We will start removing this one. We have removed our roll. That is our first roll. You turn it, you remove on the other side. It's very hard to remove with one hand to hold the camera, the other hand to remove. Very tricky. It's very, very tricky. You see? So we will do the same. You remove this side, you turn, you remove the other side. That way until you make sure you have removed the wraps. Make sure you are careful so that you can remove the wraps nicely. Never mind people who are passing there. Don't mind them. Just concentrate on what I'm doing there. Please don't mind the people that are passing. You see? My nice wraps are there. I'll again do the second wrap the same way. You repeat it, remove until you have the number of wraps that you want. Make sure your pan is cooking at the low heat. Please make sure your pan is cooking at the low heat. You see, my wraps are there now. I have removed my wraps. My samosa wraps are there. My samosa wraps are there. So on the bowel we will put, I want to make the samosa glue. So we'll put some flour, like 1 cup of flour. Then we put in cold water so that we can make a paste. This paste will act like a glue when we will be sticking the samosas. So you will take your roll, one roll there. After mixing, and make sure the paste is very nice, very thick. It should not be very thick, but it should be thick, a little thick, and it should not be light. So we'll take one wrap, then you fold one corner like that. You fold the other corner like that. Then you take a little, very little glue. Our paste there. Then you take like that, then you put whatever you want inside. Maybe it's meat, minced meat, maybe it's green grams, maybe it's, some people, I have seen some people use potato. You boil some potato, then you put inside that way. When you want to put something there, you make sure you put the same quantity so that it won't be hard for you to cover. When covering everything, you make sure you put a nice quantity. Then after putting, you apply the paste on the sides of that wrap. Then you cover it like that. You see, that is my samosa. So maybe when you are done, you can make as many samosas as you want, because you can make, if you have freezer, then you freeze them for maybe future. Maybe when you want to use to cook, it will be easy. You can just take 2, 3, then you fry them, you deep fry in the oil, then you eat it. Or you put the covers in the freezer. Then when you want to prepare some samosas, you take them, you defrost. Then after defrosting, you make your samosas. So that's how I usually do, or I usually make samosas. Though it takes a lot of time, but it is very, very easy to do it. It is very, very easy to do it. And for that, I'll be available. If anyone wants me to make for him or her samosas, I'll be available. Please, you can contact me. You can do everything. You can look for me everywhere. I'm on all social medias, Facebook, TikTok. Now I'm on YouTube. You can contact me. We'll do this together. Maybe I'll show you. I can teach you how to do it. Then after making the samosas, you have putted everything, and now you have wrapped everything. You put oil on you preheat your oil. Then after preheating the oil, you put in your samosa. Then you start turning when it's the color that you want. For me, I like them when they are golden brown. But everyone, you will cook it at your own color, maybe at your own taste. You do it like that, you turn them. Make sure all the sides are cooked. Make sure all the sides are cooked.